My name is Doreen Moore, and I'm the host of this YouTube channel, Blasian Medley. For today's menu, I will be making two items, both an appetizer as well as an entree. For the appetizer, I'll be making pork wontons. Here are the ingredients. I have 2 pounds of ground pork. I have about 5 or 6 stalks of scallions, finely chopped. About half a hand of ginger, also finely chopped. A 1/4 cup of soy sauce, as well as about a tablespoon or about 2 or 3 cloves of minced garlic. Also, I have wonton wrappers. As you can see, these are rather large, but we'll cut them into fourths so that they're smaller. And that's for the appetizer. For the entree, I'll be making beef and onions. Now here I have 2 pounds of skirt steak. Now I have these marinating, and I've actually had them marinating for about 4 hours. In the marinade, there is a 1/4 cup of olive oil, there is a 1/4 cup of soy sauce, there's also 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, as well as 2 tablespoons of minced ginger. And like I said, that's been marinating for about 4 hours. If you have the time, 4 hours is great. Overnight is even greater, but if you don't, 30 minutes is fine. Also, 2 medium onions. Now they're thinly sliced, but not too thin, but again, not too thick, about a 1/4 inch. So the first thing I'll do is begin assembling the pork wontons. So, let's begin. Now we'll begin assembling our pork wontons. Now let me tell you, this is the easiest Asian influenced appetizer you could possibly make. It's so easy that I'm surprised that more people aren't making wontons at home. But with the ground pork, go ahead and add all the ingredients that you have, that being the scallions, the ginger, the garlic, and the soy sauce. So mix all of that in. I usually create a little well in the middle of the meat so I can add the ingredients in without spilling them all over the place. The green onions, the ginger, the garlic, as well as the soy sauce. So go ahead and mix that up well with your hands, just like this, kind of like making a meatloaf. Go ahead and stir that well. All the meat, all the spices, soy sauce, everything. Mix it well, just like this. Now that we've got our meat thoroughly mixed, we're going to go ahead and assemble our wontons. And here's how we do it. When I bought the wonton wrappers, they were this big. This is a little bit large. So what I did was I just put them all together, stacked them up on top of one another, actually just taking them out the package is fine, and cut them in fourths so that they are actually this small. From here to here. So this is what we'll be using to make our wontons. This is so easy. It's so fun. Alright, so then what we do is we grab a tablespoon or so of meat, just like this. Put it onto our wonton wrapper. I have a little dish of water here. This is what we use to seal up the edges of the wonton. Just go around the entire edge of the wrapper, just like this. And we will pinch together the opposite corners together, just like that. And then after that, the opposite corners from that. Bring them together and pinch along all the sides of the wonton so that it looks like a pretty little package, just like this. Here's a close-up shot of the wonton being made. Again, the heaping tablespoon of meat. This is not as heaping. A little more. A little more meat onto the wrapper. Use your water. Go around the edge of the wonton wrapper. Opposite corners together. And again, opposite corners together. And pinch all of the sides of the wonton wrapper. Just like that. I've since made all of the pork wontons. We're ready to fry them. Now while we're frying them, we're going to go ahead and make our beef and onions. As I stated earlier, this is 2 pounds of skirt steak that have been marinating in a 1/4 cup of soy sauce, a 1/4 cup of olive oil, 2 cloves of minced garlic as well as 2 tablespoons of minced ginger. So we're going to go ahead and saute the onions and the meat while we're frying our wontons. In this pan I have the 2 cloves of minced garlic sauteing, and in this pan we have the grease on medium-high so that we can fry our wontons. So with the sauteed garlic, I add 1 of the medium chopped onions. Just like that. Go ahead and stir that up on medium heat. Just like that. And with the grease here for our wonton, we'll go ahead and place the wontons in. Now I usually like to put them in upside down because they usually turn over in the fry process. If not, then you can grab a spider or a fork and turn them over yourself. Go ahead and drop those in the grease. As you can see, they're actually turning over before they're golden, but that's okay. Don't crowd the pot. There you go. While those are frying and our onions are sauteing, we want to make sure that the onions are sauteed to the point of being clear. Just like that. Saute the onions so they're clear, and as you can see, the wontons are becoming golden brown. Now that our onions are pretty much clear, we're going to go ahead and add our marinated beef. Stir that around, mixing in the onions, and let that cook for about 30 minutes. I have since taken out our first batch of fried wonton. Our beef is still cooking. It'll be cooking for another 20 to 25 minutes. So now I will add another batch of wontons and fry them. Now that the beef has been cooking for about 25 to 30 minutes, we will go ahead and add the rest of the onions. Just like that, go ahead and add the rest of the onions. Turn the heat down so it's about, I don't know, a little bit lower than medium, somewhere between medium and low. Alright, go ahead and stir in the rest of the onions with the beef, just like that. Turn the heat on low, put the lid back on, and cook for another 5 to 10 minutes. While that's cooking for the last 5 to 10 minutes, we're also frying our last batch of wontons. I have since fried all of the wontons, as well as making the beef and onions. Now you can have the wontons as they are, but if you do like a sweet and sour sauce, don't forget that in my first video I too made a sweet and sour sauce that had a strawberry preserve base. So if you like this recipe or any other recipe, be certain to check us out at www.blasianmedley.com, like our videos on YouTube, and like us on Facebook. And don't forget we're also on Pinterest, Instagram, and Twitter. So I guess the only thing left to do is to enjoy this. Enjoy.